Hello, everyone's starting to come in. I hope you all had a happy Easter. Easter's a really big time, isn't it? Hi, Helen. How are you? You're the first one on. Mwah. Kisses and hugs down to the south coast. We've got Gabriella. Yes, beautiful Gabriella. She used to sit in a circle with me for years, didn't you, naughty Gabby? We've got Maddie. Hello, Maddie. How are you? We've got Anne. Oh, I'm there too. Hello, Kerrie. That's Violet. That's Violet. She organises all that. Who have we got? They're all coming in. Anyway, look, hi everyone. Thanks for joining me tonight. Our topic for tonight is going to be about ghosts. As a medium, I do spirit rescues, so I'd love to talk about that and tell you how it's done and explain to you a lot about the topic. But yes, Easter. We've just had Easter, and wow, what a time! I mean, the biggest times on the planet are Easter and Christmas because of the Christ consciousness. That energy, it's almost like a vortex. It seems to bring everything up. And often it's because we get together with families. And, I have had a lot of clients who've, I've been doing readings for that have had traumatic experience. And I had a pretty traumatic experience myself. Like at Christmas time, I was up at Uluru and I thought, oh, yes, this is wonderful. I haven't had any drama this Christmas. And bang, Easter comes, bang, and I copped it big time and I wasn't ready for it. But look, Easter's a time of healing, the same as Christmas. It's a time of regeneration. It's a time of family issues. It's also, matters from the past. It seems to all catch up with us. It comes to the surface and it's finishing a cycle. And it's quite interesting because sometimes it can be really traumatic where, with family issues, it keeps coming up, or it can be sort of anything in your life, relationships, it just heightens it, doesn't it? So it's either a time to heal it or just simply cut the ties and walk away and give up and don't keep trying, because look, not everyone's going to like you, are they? So yeah, Christmas was really big for me, and Good Friday, that was really bad. I went to a family function and I had a really bad experience and I was so devastated because I wasn't expecting it. And I forgot to protect myself, which I should have done. Anyway, I was at this big do and, I was pretty traumatized. I came home and the next day I sort of walked down to the local coffee shop to get a coffee, and I'm sitting down at the table and suddenly I've got this ginormous feather, looks a bit worn, right in front of me on the table. And I sort of looked at it, at the feather, and I said to the waitress, excuse me, did you put this feather on the table? And she said, no. She said, and I said, well, how'd it get here? Because all the windows are closed. So here's this big feather on the table, just sitting there. And so I picked it up and I sort of got a bit of a shock and I thought, oh my God, this is a message from Spirit. And then I heard the voice say, it was my auntie saying, don't worry, love, you've got this. Just walk away. And I thought, my God, there you go. So over the years, I have got a lot of feathers. There's just a few. I seem to collect them. And a lot of clients say, have you got any favourites? Well, actually, no. I mean, I'm very grateful to get a feather because whenever you get a feather, it's generally a message from Spirit, or it can be a healing within 24 hours, or you may get an answer of some problem that you may be thinking of. And they can be different colours. You can get dark ones, you can get spotted ones, you can get striped ones. It doesn't matter. They're all gifts and very subtle messages from Spirit and our loved ones and our angels on the other side. So I collect these beautiful feathers. To me, these are my blessings, and I have a whole lot. And I've actually stuck them on, I've got them everywhere, in rooms and stuff because I adore them, because beautiful gifts from Spirit. And, other people might hear songs that our loved ones are with us, or different signs. Everyone's got a special sign, haven't they? But mine is feathers. It's always been my spiritual sign. Some people say they get coins, or they might hear music, or they might hear names, or you might see it on a street name, or you might get a special feeling. There's always some very subtle way that Spirit will always get their messages across. So that's Easter. Anyway, I pulled some beautiful cards. And so I just want to say, if you've had a difficult time in Easter, you have a choice. You either forgive and keep the healing, bring the healing in, or you cut the ties and you walk away, because at the end of the day, it's all about you and your journey, isn't it? And it's not about feeling angry. Look, we've just been through incredible COVID. The last thing we want to do is have vendettas in the family. So just walk away or give them your blessings or love and just let go, because we're all going through this together. It's time for us on the planet to all join hands together as a large community to love and support each other. It's not about, getting out there and thinking that you're smarter than people, or trying to rip people off, or just trying to make money out of people. It's basically about supporting each other. And I really believe on many levels, this is really what this pandemic's been about. It's brought so many people from so many different communities together to just hold the energy and to just really appreciate each other. So sometimes in the darkness of things, you'll always see the light, won't you? So that's my call. And I feel the pandemic has actually been a big awakening for a lot of people to get priorities together and stand together as a community. Okay, so the first card I picked was quite interesting. It's called Embrace. This is about embracing yourself and loving you, and also loving every single person around you, your friends, your family, your children, and letting them know how much you do love them and how you're there to support them, because you're not alone. Nobody's alone. We do have people around us who actually love us. So really embrace yourself and your loved ones. And if you're fighting, make amends. If they're really difficult, like I said, walk away. You can do that, even in families. But it's about embracing each other, embracing yourself, and embracing who you are. That's a very important gift I feel that we're all going through at the moment. Okay, so the second card I have pulled is the Guardian. Believe it or not, we all have a guardian angel who is with us from birth till death. And we do have angels around us too. And I've spoken about that many times before. Now, the guardian angel is with you from birth, and it's your main guide. It's a main guide that stays with you and looks after you. And we also have other guides that come in and look after us as well, or they may want to work with us. As a medium, I have what is called a gatekeeper. I have my main guide, who is an Indian, an American Indian called Whitefeather. He's a chief. And the first time I saw him in trance classes, when I was channeling, he came into my body and had this really big body with this big headdress on, and he was playing a drum. So I know Whitefeather is my main guide, or my guardian, or my gatekeeper. But then I have other guides I work with as well. I work with a lot of ET guides for the people that are interested in hybrid souls and star seeds. I have a few of those. I have a few ET guides from other planets. I also have guides that I work with my mental mediumship, and he's very powerful. He's a very powerful guide that I work with. And I have a healing guide. I have lots of guides, but they come and they go. But my main guide, Whitefeather, is always with me. So we all have a guardian, whether you're a medium or not. We all have a guide that stays with us from birth till death. So that's just something really nice to remember, isn't it? Okay, the other thing is too, we also have divine guidance within us. This divine guidance is something that is within us. We all have our higher self, because we have many lifetimes as a soul, when we reincarnate, and our higher self is our soul energy. And when we connect to this, we get lots of answers through meditation. We also get messages from guides too, but we have the higher self as your own soul energy that gives you the answers that you need. And you can also do this through meditation as well. So it's like trusting your gut. People say to me, oh gee, I knew this would go bad, because the other day I trusted that man, and I knew I wasn't going to get that job, but I kept telling myself I would, but I knew in my gut that I wouldn't. And I just feel so foolish, because your gut, trust the gut and the butt in your gut. A very good friend of mine used to say, you've got to try, I've got a feeling, Kerrie, that you need to keep away from that, because my gut's telling me I'm getting the butt. And I said, seriously, I'm so sick of your butt in your gut. It's irritating, because it's always true, isn't it? And she used to laugh at me and say, yeah, it is, because that's, that's your higher self telling you no, 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 or yes, 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 or whatever you need to know, because we all have the answers, don't we? So I love that card. And we've all have these abilities. Now, the last card I've pulled for this session tonight is called Blessings. Look, I just want to talk about the ascended masters. I mean, there's so many. You have Jesus, who, we celebrate at Easter. We have Mother Mary. Also, we have the archangels that we work with, Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and many, many others. And they're very important, this master energy, because it will help you in your life as well. So if you're having problems and it's too much to cope and you just can't handle it, pray. Pray to Mother Mary or pray to Jesus, and pray and ask for heavenly help, because we have these beautiful ascended masters and angels that help us and look after us in every aspect of the word. They totally love us and they look after us. You just have to ask. So prayer is a very, very good thing to do when you feel destitute or you don't know what to do, and everything's come to a head, and just pray, because miracles happen every single moment in the day, and these ascended masters will actually come in and assist you through hard times. So never forget that. You're never alone. You've got your guides. Start to honour yourself and embrace yourself. We always have our guardian guide looking after us. And also we have the beautiful master energies. There's so many of them. I might do a session on that one day. I'll talk about these master energies. But anyway, so they're the cards. And the topic I'm going to be talking about is spirit rescue and ghost. But before we move on to that, do we have a question? Yeah, we have a question here. We'll just answer a question. Just take some water, because I know there's a lot of you. Okay, Alison, it says, how does Mark feel about me? Why don't I hear from him? Will he ever message me again? Look, all I have to say is, Alison, it sounds like you're trying too hard. This Mark guy, he doesn't appreciate you, because otherwise he wouldn't respect you like that. The message I get for you is love you. When you start to love you, the energy will change. You must be sick of people really playing mind games with you, Alison. I mean, if someone did that to me, I'd flick him straight away. But I don't know why you're hanging on to someone who's so disrespectful and is playing mind games with you. I feel this Mark guy is a player, and also I feel he has other investments with people he may like in other places, is what I'm getting. So I feel that you need to flick him, is my advice. Have you heard this saying, treat the mean time? I mean, there's only so much you can give, but it's about respect too, isn't it? But anyway, I'm not going to lecture you, so you know what to do. Okay, Wendy McCauley. Will I move to Queensland and be happy? The first thing I get for you, Wendy, is I feel there may be some delays. I feel Queensland good, but I feel Queensland is good for you, but I don't feel it's going to happen straight away. I feel there's things you need to do before you do that. I'm getting opportunities around you, and I feel that you will move to Queensland eventually, but I feel there's delays for some reason. It's about getting your life in order and sort of working out what you want to do. I feel definitely the second part of the year, after June, July, August, would be a good time for you. I feel it would be a new beginning and it'd be exciting, and I just see you full of joy. It's like you're leaving the past behind, so I'd definitely go with that. But there's delays around it. I feel probably within the next 3 to 5 months, I feel there may be an opportunity. But you need to fix up a lot of things here, is what I'm getting. Okay, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed my talk about the feathers. So just be aware now. So if anything's going on in your life, just ask for a bit of help from Spirit, and you'll find that you'll probably receive one of these. And these are generally from your loved ones in spirit. So it's incredible, isn't it? I know lots of people are into this, so that's good. Okay, so moving on, I think we'll do the spirit talk now. Would you like to do that? I'm going to bring Violet on because she's so good to talk to. So here we go. I'll move over here and let her join us. And thanks everyone for joining us on Wednesdays. We really enjoy doing this show, and we try and make it as interesting as possible and educate you about the things that we do in our life as professional. Well, I'm a medium and you're a...
Oh, I'm a green witch and a psychic clairvoyant.
There you go. So she's many things.
And so Violet, people understand the difference. I don't see spirit the same way that Kerrie does.
No. But what I like about you is you're different.
I am. Little odd.
No, I'm just a medium, and I work in a different way.
Yep.
But I love your creativity, how she sort of makes little spells and works with nature.
Yeah, I'm always out there in the garden and the plants. You'd love it. I've been in there putting fairy doors and putting my sigils up on trees
Yeah.
and hanging my bells to bring all the lovely nature
It's
spirits
beautiful.
in.
And it's good to do that at Easter time too.
Yes.
But anyway, moving on, I've got some orbs here. So we're going to show the viewers tonight.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
That's pretty spectacular,
Now,
isn't it?
this is, I've shown these before, but, you know, I like to remind people that these are orbs. This is taken on camera. And this is actually at my friend Jimmy's house where I run my seances. And he used to have a lot of spirits in that house. But since I've been doing my work there with the closed group.
And that's a really beautiful, lovely, nice clear orb that you can see. So it's got really beautiful light content in
So
there.
that's actually probably a visiting relative, I'd say.
Really nice vibration.
See how clean it is?
Yeah.
It's not dark.
Yeah.
It's not, and it's not a ghost orb.
Yeah.
So that's
and that's fascinating.
It is,
you brought
because
up that
if you lighten it up, you will see probably a little face in it.
Yeah.
But that's actually, I've had a good look at this before, and that is a visiting relative.
Yeah, lovely.
Okay, so
and that is actually something I've seen multiple times. The ghost orbs are pretty terrifying.
Yeah, I know they are. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But here you go. Look, this is another little. See that?
Oh wow.
See the colours in it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Now,
yeah.
that's another relative orb as well.
Yeah,
that was actually his mother.
Yeah, wow.
Because you see
lovely.
her face in there. It's like a little ghost orb.
It does. It looks like a ball of them.
It's a spirit person in there. It's purple.
Yeah, very nice.
So that's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So there's so many different types. I'm not an expert on orbs, but I'm just showing you what I've collected. Okay.
You can actually look at Kerrie's picture tonight up on Instagram or Facebook.
I'm always attracting orbs.
If you actually just have a look around her, you're going to see that she always kind of has a multitude of them around her. And this always happens when we come into doing these shows.
As a medium, all the spirits always come in. You know, they're always lining up. So that's how I do my spirit club shows too. There's some more orbs, but look, these are nature spirits.
Aren't they pretty? They're my little fairy people.
These are nature spirits. Can you see the difference?
Yeah, these are the ones I find in the garden.
See how much lighter they are.
Yeah, and you see them everywhere.
And you'll see them everywhere near water too.
Yeah.
You'll see these everywhere near water.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, often they're undines if there's water, or they can be like an elf energy.
You get little gnomes and all sorts floating around.
The earth energy elementals.
So beautiful.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful, beautiful example of that.
You can ask them to come and help grow your garden.
So you can see the difference. Okay, I've got some orbs here. This is very hard to see. It's just here. Can you see that?
Oh, yes. Yep.
That's a ghost orb. That was actually a ghost orb. I had to cross that person. It was a male that actually, he picked it up from the cemetery.
Oh, yeah.
It was what we call a wandering spirit.
Yeah, you get a few of those in cemeteries.
You do. I have so many clients, and I go, okay, you've got a spirit, because I do a lot of crossing over of spirits over the phone these days. I don't go to people's houses.
Yeah.
And I'll say, oh, yeah, I could pick someone from the cemetery or hospitals mainly.
Yeah.
I even had one client who, she rang me up and she'd just gone, I said, oh, did you go visit your girlfriend at the graveyard? She said, yes, I did. And I said, well, she's actually still sitting in your car. And so she went out to the car and I crossed her over. It was her friend who died of cancer.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? She'd never crossed over. It's very sad.
They're very spectacular to look at, I have to say, people, when you get a really good one.
Okay, here's another one. Here's another one here. What do you think of that? That's in a lounge room.
Oh,
That's actually a spirit person again. See how light it is?
Yeah, very light. Very bright, very clear energy coming through. That's the difference.
Yeah, they're clear. Whereas here, this is a darker one. You can see that. That's a ghost orb. They're thicker, they're bigger, and they're kind of yellow in colour.
Yeah, that's right.
They're not light or bright, and you can't see any. And these often can be dark as well.
Yeah.
They might be a dark colour.
I've had a few of those that I've seen that actually have very not so nice images.
That's right. And also at places where I've done like murder scenes or something horrific, you'll see little black orbs.
Yeah.
Which are quite evil.
Yeah, there's some bad stuff.
Pretty evil, yeah. So there's, you can tell, you know, the lighter it is, probably the better it is.
Yeah.
Here's another one here. This has got a blue hinge to it, like a blue hinge.
Yeah, it does.
So that's just a spirit person visiting, someone in the family visiting. It's not a thick yellow orb at all. Probably just one of his relatives just visiting. Hello, how are you going? What are
Doing
you
a
up
check-in.
to? Yeah. So there you go. And he was telling me they used to go into his bedroom a lot too. But there's not so many orbs these days because I've cleared his place so much.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's very seldom. And here's another one. There you go. Can you see that? There it is. It's up near the light. That's a very clear white orb.
Mm.
And that actually is another spirit visitor.
Yeah, the clear, nice white, very definable. You can really guarantee that that's coming from that realm, coming in and visiting. And what we need to remember is everything in this world is energy, vibration, and frequency.
And also these orbs have an intelligence, by the way. So, and they can't hurt you. They have an intelligence of their own. And they won't harm you. They're just coming in for a sticky beak, really. Just a sticky beak.
Checking to see what
Just
you're doing.
checking to see what's going on. And actually, you can actually sometimes see them manifest into a form.
Yeah. Yep.
So there you go. So I just wanted to quickly show you some of those. But I want to talk about the different types of unwanted spirits in the home, the sort of work I do. And the first thing is you'll always know if you've got a spirit in your house. And these are just a few. I've written it down on a piece of paper so I get all the points.
While Kerrie's having a look at the different unwanted spirits, because we brought up the difference in what Kerrie and I do, Kerrie's got this amazing book coming out. I'm actually have this book going out to all my students as a manual going forward. So this book's called Mediumship. It's being put out by Rockpool. It's coming out 2nd of June, I believe is the release date. So you can jump on there and get your pre-orders in and get this book coming to you. It is absolutely beautiful, and it's going to take you through beginner, intermediate, all the way to advanced, so that you can really start to not just learn all the different terminology and all the different information and how things are done, but you can actually take this and really apply it in the practices that you're using in your meditation and in the different ways that you move forward in learning. So it's up there, and this will be going out to all my students in my classes, so we're pretty excited about that.
Well, thank you for the ad. But
well, I've got to put this, it's a great book, and she won't promote herself. So
anyway, getting back to the topic. Getting back to the topic, please. Okay, these are just a few examples of what happens if you've got a spirit in your home.
Yep.
Your home will feel ice cold and unpleasant in certain areas. Like it's always freezing in my house, or it's, you know, or smells. The other thing is you might get funny smells.
Yeah.
And, you know, in different rooms, in different degrees of smells. But it's not perfume.
Yeah.
It's usually like a pooey sort of yucky smell.
It's not a pleasant
or garbagey smell.
Or your lights keep breaking.
The lights will break down. The lights will flicker. Also, earthbound spirits, these unwanted spirits, they also get into your electricals.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I don't know how many times I've walked into a club and I've done a spirit show and my PA will stop, the lights will flicker on and off. And one night we had this bang, bang, bang on the ceiling. Everyone was screaming and freaking out.
The phone also, Kerrie, when you're on the phone.
In the phone you might hear, that's interference too.
Yeah.
I used to think it was space people or something because it sounds like it, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. And also when you've got an unwanted spirit in your home, there may be continual fights, arguments, disagreements, and it's because of the imbalance of the energy when you've got a spirit in your home. Also, it may be really hard to sell a house as well.
Oh, yes. If
absolutely
impossible.
impossible.
You're not going anywhere.
That's correct.
Kerrie, you gave me a brilliant piece of advice when I wanted to move house, and Kerrie said to me, you have to go and break up with your house to be able to move, because I had all my earth spirits and everyone there, and I just couldn't find anything. Because you're working from home in your business, and so you've set up your circle, your oversoul. You set up an oversoul in your house, and you've sort of got a contract with it. So when you leave your house, or if you want to build or renovate, you really need to speak to the house, and you need to speak to the elementals. That's correct. The nature spirits. Anyway, getting back to the unwanted spirit, so it's impossible to make changes, renovations, there's constant delays. You may have continual problems with electricity or water, unusual sounds like knocking at the door, in the middle of the night, the alarm going off, things disappearing. Geez, I hate that.
I hate that when, I've had spirits steal my underwear.
Yeah, you get
Very
all
annoying.
sorts go missing and you won't find it. The TV going on at weird hours of
Oh,
the day is one that drives me insane.
I don't know how many hotels I've stayed in the world and suddenly the TV comes on and off of the night.
Yeah.
And the husband said, "Can you get rid of the spirit? It keeps shutting the TV on."
Yeah.
It's quite spooky. And so unusual sounds, smells, constant confusion, and nothing goes right in your life because you have a very bad imbalance in your property. So the first thing you might do, and this is the first thing I say to everyone, go get some sage. And this is sage. And you can buy it in packets. I like the loose sage.
Yep.
So this isn't just normal sage. This is sort of loose. And I sort of get a big pot, put some alfoil in the bottom, and I just break it up.
Yeah.
I've got a whole bag of it here. See, I'll show you a whole big bag of this sage. It's like heaps of it. Heaps of it. See that? Make sure you turn the alarm. You break it up. You put it in the alfoil in the big pot and you light it. And then you put the lid on and then the flames go out. You just smoke the house. Close all the windows. If that doesn't work, that will work with, there's different types of spirits. If that doesn't work, you've got an earthbound spirit. You've got a spirit that's actually lived in your house.
Yes.
It may have been their house before and they're thinking, hey, what are you doing in my home?
Yeah.
They're
And
irritated and they want you out because they still think they're alive.
Yeah.
So that's not good. So you really, so the sage isn't going to work. They'll just walk out the door and come back again. So that's when you need to call a special medium in who does the work, like myself or anyone who does spirit rescue. But did you know that not a lot of mediums can do spirit rescue?
That is true. That is true. Not everybody has the ability to get a spirit to cross over.
And that's true. And that's because you don't have the spirit team who does the work. It's not you, it's your spirit team.
No, that's right.
And it's not because you're special. It's just because you have the right team and you signed a contract in spirit to do that work. So don't muck around with people that say, oh, I think I can do it. Maybe you need to get a professional person, and generally it's word of mouth.
Yeah.
Or you might read about them on the internet, or you may at a spiritual church.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to do your research on that, and you need to make sure that you're dealing with someone who really has that understanding and has done that work.
So if you've got an earthbound spirit, it's quite hard. The other type of spirits are called wandering spirits.
Yes, they are.
And we get a lot of these. You've even had them in your house too.
Oh, I've had a pile of those.
They've followed you home from your classes.
They come from teaching. My classes. They come from teaching. They come obviously because I'm making some connection work in what I'm doing, and they traipse along with me, and
then they make themselves at home.
Well, yes, we've had a few interesting ones of late, and Kerrie's had to shift them along their way.
That's
I say
true.
to her, I've got another one.
That's right. I actually did one tonight.
Yeah, we did.
I do a lot of spirit rescue over the phone these days. So I don't have the time to travel everywhere. Plus, I do them overseas, so I can't be on my broomstick traveling everywhere.
No.
And
to clear it up for people, that work that Kerrie does over the phone, it does work.
It does work.
It does work. And
because it works by command, because you set it up so the spirit team go there and help the spirit cross over. My team travel through any dimension, really.
Yeah, they can go anywhere.
So it's just through command. So the wandering spirits are very, they're easy to get rid of. You can generally use the sage. But if they're stubborn, you have to get a medium in. The other type is, there's all types. There's another type. So you have the wandering souls, and also you have what I call the shadow people. Now, shadow people are very difficult. They're kind of like, kids talk about the boogeyman.
Yep, they're the boogeyman in the cupboard or under the bed.
They actually look like they're dark shadows. They're dark shadows, and they're quite slithery, and you can see them slithering around the wall. And I get this a lot with children, and if they do have a child, they usually generally live under the bed.
Yes.
But you can't send them to the light. You need to tell them to go to where they came from.
Yeah, because they didn't come from the light, people.
That's not, they're dark. So you ask them to go to where they came from, because they won't go into the light, because dark doesn't go into dark. But they'll eventually go into the earth. That's
They'll
where they go.
dissipate.
They
Yeah.
will, because they don't have permission to be here.
Mm.
But I've seen quite a few of them congregating. And the first time I had that experience, I was at a trance group, and there was these drug addicts that lived across the road and were sitting out the back and were talking in the intermission.
Mm.
When it was having a cup of tea and stuff. And I looked across and I saw them sliding around the garage next to where the drug addicts were.
That is really something that does happen.
And that's a dark energy. That was a really dark energy.
When you're going down that sort of pathway fairly heavily, that is the kind of entity that is attracted to that and sees that as a bit of a glowing beacon of what they're into.
Yes.
And exactly what Kerrie's talking about there in the Shadowland comes out and goes, I really like this dark energy.
That's right.
And those
And
people
they're
find it harder to get out of what they're doing.
And the poor little, they attach themselves to children. Look, I've had quite a few children with them, I've found. And, once you clear the spirit, they really sort of move ahead in leaps and bounds, the children.
Yeah.
So that's just 3 types I'm talking about. I don't do anything demonic, though.
No.
With if it's a dark energy, I will just cross it over and tell it to go into where it came from, and it will go because it works through command. I can do that, but I choose not to. But some of these Ghostbusters, I've seen a lot of paranormal investigators. They do a lot of that work.
They do,
and they hire people to do that. That work with the demonic energy, but I don't do that.
In my field and in my upbringing, we understand the tiers of that energy, and so to bring that to light to you, that field really does exist, and it is a powerful field. And I have come across plenty of people that think they're talking to some higher being, and in fact they're talking to some very lower being, and they convince them of their ultimate power, and then they're hooked into this thing. And
can I just say something?
Yeah.
If that happens to you, if you've started channeling or you're doing trance work and you've got a guide talking to you, the first thing you need to say is, do you come from the light?
Yes.
And if they can't answer that, you tell them to go to where they came from.
Always.
You always ask who you're talking to. You just don't assume, oh my God, my guide told me this, my guide told me that. Who are you talking to? Do they come from the light?
Kerrie is 100%, and it's something that I teach, and it's something that really needs to be brought in. If you are doing this work, ascertain where your information is coming from. Don't assume that it all comes from here.
Also with new guides too, you need to ask them, where do you come from? Do you come from the light? And if they can't answer that, or it's iffy, you need to tell them to go to where they came from. They're not welcome. Because you do have a lot of tricksters in the astral.
Lots.
Not only do you have earthbound spirit and wandering souls and earthbound spirits, you will also have tricksters that just want to take you for a ride, take advantage of you. And also it's like poltergeists, you're inviting them in. And they're not allowed. They're not allowed to be here because they don't belong in this dimension.
Yeah, 100%. So amazing point, because it's something that does come up, and I have people come to me and say, I've been channeling this, and it's told me this and this and this and that happened. And then you really get down to it, and that being is not coming from a light place. It's having a field day.
And these sort of the nasties that we're talking about, they're often that they're brought in through portals and that through like Ouija boards. People that get into Ouija boards that they don't really have any idea of what they're doing. They think it's funny, and they don't even know who they're talking with. They're inviting in these unwanted spirits from the astral, and often these are tricksters. And sometimes if they stay on our plane, they can be nasty poltergeists where they can actually break things in the house or move things around and cause a lot of havoc.
Cause you some issues.
And also all these unwanted spirits, they cipher off your energy.
Yeah, your food.
Yeah,
you are their food.
Exactly. It's like they're sucking all your energy, so you're tired, you don't have any energy, and
can't get up, can't get going. All the things you loved, you can no longer do them.
And the thing that annoys me the most, that I'll often have people say, "Oh, you've got a spirit in your house," and they go, "Oh yeah, well I know about the old lady, but she's lovely."
Yeah.
And I like to sit home with her every night and watch TV with her, but they don't belong here. And the old lady's probably, you've got no energy to go out because the old lady's living your life and ciphering off your energy.
Yeah.
Lost souls, lost spirits, they need human energy.
Yeah, to remain in the dimensional plane. Everything here runs off energy, vibration,
That's right.
and frequency.
They cannot survive from our energy. Now, a lot of these lost souls, I want to just make this point. Where do you find them? They congregate where there's lots of people. So we're looking at hospitals.
Yep, hospitals.
Shopping centres.
Yep.
Train stations.
Mass areas.
Graveyards. You know, often people, I've got so many clients, I went to the graveyard today and I think I picked something up because my fridge door keeps opening by itself.
Yeah.
And somebody's walking around, I can hear them. That sort of thing.
I had the one the other week that I brought to you was locking my cat in cupboards. Yeah, every time she went to look at a cupboard would open, and then the next thing the cat was perpetually in cupboards.
Well, next thing, these unwanted spirits though, they can also they affect your pets. Did you know that?
Yeah, they kept shoving her in the cupboard everywhere she went.
They do, and they can make them sick. So I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, you know, since I've lived in this house, all my animals die," and we don't know what it is.
Yeah, well, animals operate on a completely different frequency. They're seeing things. They're picking up tones, vibrations that we as human beings operating day to day don't pick up on.
And also you might have your dog barking at a space all the time. That could be a spirit. Or you might have your cats hissing at something.
Yeah.
Because animals can sense it and they can pick it up. So that's very interesting too, isn't it?
I live with my cats, and they're part of my work. They're when I'm working, they're there with me. They are my sensory guides because they have that sight. And they're often my first part of defence.
It's true, but it's no good if you have a spirit in your house. But if I think ghost tours are pretty good because they go back into the historical value of the place.
That's really fascinating.
They have a lot of history, and I feel everybody walks away because you're with professional people, paranormal investigators who go into these places, and it is an experience to let you understand that spirits do exist
in a respectful way. Because there's some things out there that it's not respectable. It's for cheap thrills.
That's right.
And I'm sorry, I don't hold with that.
No, either do I. But if it can be very, for a historical value.
I have actually.
They talk about a lot of history of places.
I did the quarantine station, and it was really well run. And they did a really great job of sort of giving you the history and the atmosphere of the place and what had actually happened to people there, which, I didn't know, not coming from Australia. Absolutely blew my mind.
Yes.
And I can tell you, it's definitely haunted.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I think it's good in a way because it makes people realise that, there is another world and spirits do. These ghosts do exist.
Yes, yeah, definitely
but,
does.
But my job isn't to keep them here. My job is to cross them over, especially if they're in your private space or your home.
Yeah.
And I must say, I have worked with paranormal investigators in the past, and I've been scared out of my brain, especially if I had to sleep there overnight, because I go to bed and next thing I've got all these spirits jumping on my head, pulling my hair.
It's very different.
It's quite scary. I can't breathe,
work.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, I didn't think they'd come in here, but they do. I've had them pulling at my dress, touching my boobs. They're very annoying.
I got separated from the entire group at the quarantine station. And I don't even know how. 1 minute I was with the group, and the next minute the entire group had gone, and I was
by yourself,
completely isolated, pushed up against a wall, and I'm going, excuse me.
With Mr. Spooky.
Yeah.
Mr. Spooky had you in the corner.
I came out of there like...
ran 100 miles per hour with someone who never does any sports.
I've ever run.
That's hysterical. Look, I've even felt all my hair lift up on my head.
Yeah, it's a very different
and
experience.
I find it really scary myself, whereas if I just do the spirit rescue, I don't think about it. I'm just trying to help the spirit cross. See, that's my work as a medium. But these ghost tours, I find them really scary, actually.
Oh, they're terrifying.
I get the whole thing. And I've been to these paranormal, places, events, and I've gone there for the night, and then suddenly on the way home, I've usually got a couple of spooks in the back.
Yeah,
they got into my Jeep. One night I drove up to Newcastle or something because the GPS wouldn't work.
I think the funniest story is when you went back with your shopping trolley and you thought someone had jumped into your car.
I know, that was terrible. I've had some terrible. I saw someone sitting in the car and I freaked out. So I ran to get someone, but no one was there because suddenly in this shopping centre, I saw this man sitting in my car.
Yep.
And so I freaked out, and then I ran in to get someone. No one was there. So I came back and no one was in my car. And I thought I must be hallucinating.
Yep.
because I must be hallucinating or going crazy because there's no one in the car. What's going on? And anyway, so I hopped in the car and I started driving, and I'm on the Harbour Bridge because I was going to clear a house that day, way down south. And then suddenly I heard this male voice. I turned around, it was my dead friend, Peter, who jumped off the bridge, who was sitting in the car, and I nearly crashed the car. And I said, "What are you doing here?" And he started talking about, he said, "I've been waiting." He said, "I didn't mean to scare you. I spooked you out because you saw me." It was just full on. Sorry, and I'm driving the car having this conversation too with this spirit. It was him, and he was just talking about, it was his mother's birthday. He died like 25 years ago. Yeah. And so we're having this conversation, and then he disappeared, and I'm there, oh my God, did that happen to me? You know, this is incredible. So I ring up my husband, you know, like, guess what happened? I'm in the car and I'm da-da-da, and he said, why don't you go and have a cup of coffee? You know, nobody believes you. But welcome to my world.
She said to me, someone was in my car and I couldn't get in my car and I had to go
terrified.
back to my car.
And I thought I was hallucinating, but it was the spirit sitting next to me. But anyway, it was Peter.
Lovely. Anyway, well, we better get on to
get on to the night. But I hope you enjoyed that. It's always interesting. I love ghost stories, ghost talk, and talking about spirits.
It's fascinating.
Because it's something I do every day of my life. But, you know, and it's good to talk to you, to the viewers, and to Violet, because actually I'm living with someone that doesn't even believe in any of this. So there you go.
Yep.
Darren, and I'm Samantha. So here we go. Okay, the first question. I'm going to be doing readings now, so I hope you enjoy that conversation. And if I turn this way, I'm talking to someone in spirit who'll be talking to me, because I hear the voice, and also my nose is starting to go, so all the ectoplasm is starting to happen. My ears are starting to ring. If I look this way, I'm talking to the guide, and also I'll be working with a few cards, pulling a few. Okay, Deborah Shelton. Will I find love? Oh, Deborah, I feel it's been a real journey for you is what I'm getting. I feel you've got a lady in spirit here. I'm talking to someone. She's telling me you're a real romantic. I feel this could be your grandmother or your nana. I feel she was very close to you. She's telling me that don't give up, my darling. You will find someone because you're a beautiful girl. She's also telling me you've got a very kind heart too. Let's look at the time factor here. Okay, the first thing I'm getting is you need to really start to think about yourself more, Deborah, than everybody else, because you do spend a lot of time running after other people and helping them. So you really need to start to nurture yourself. And I just feel there's a lot of fear around you is what I have to say, because it's almost like you're too fearful to meet the wrong one again. So I feel there's been a lot of bad luck around you. And so there's the fear there. You've actually got the devil card. So that means to me there's a lot of fear around you. Will you find love? I feel that you will, but I feel that you just need to cut the ties with all the people that have hurt you, and I know there's been a lot of betrayal about you. In time you will find someone, but I feel you need to do a bit of work on yourself first. I don't know whether you've done any counselling or anything, but don't give up, because the lady in the spirit world is telling me that life is not always a bed full of roses. You've had a lot of lessons. Don't give up. There's still time for you is what I'm hearing. So yes, you will eventually is what I'm getting. I'm being told next year's a really good time for you. So maybe get on some of these dating sites when you're feeling more confident and when you've done a bit of work on yourself, and I feel things will change. Okay, Ange, should I tell my crush I have feelings for him? Look, I'm sure he'll be very flattered, but I don't feel it's going to get anywhere, really. I feel that it's like a mutual admiration club. I'm not sure if this person is for you, doll, but it's up to you what to do. I feel it's more like a really good friendship. Friendship is what I'm getting. Someone that you really need, someone that you can really talk to. Okay, Natalie Stella. Will we find a new rental within the next few weeks? Natalie, I feel that you will find something. I just feel that it's almost like it's been very difficult for you. I feel what the first thing they're telling me is you need some divine help. So try praying to one of the ascended masters, Jesus, Mary, or someone like that, and ask for help, and you will find something. But pray for assistance is what I'm getting. I definitely feel there's something coming to you. I'm getting more, probably 6 weeks is what I'm getting. So there's definitely something coming for you. You've got big rewards, so stay in there. But you need to ask for divine assistance, please. And also talk to the angels. Ask for the angels of rentals to help you, please. And you will find something. I just feel it's just around the corner, so don't give up. I know it's very frustrating. It is, but you know, things will happen, so don't worry. You will get your wish. But ask for divine guidance is what I'm getting. Okay, Jody North. Will I pass my exams in May? Look, I feel you've been studying very hard, and I feel that you put a lot of effort in it, but I just feel there's a big nervousness with you. And if I was you, I'd be taking rescue remedy because I feel that you're just stressing big time and you have a lot of emphasis in this. I feel that even though it's been hard, I do feel that you will be successful is what I'm getting. So I get yes. I do feel you will be successful. I just feel that take a bit of rescue remedy therapeutically, like for example, 4 sprays 4 times a day would be really good, and that would help you calm down. It's just that you're nervous all the time, and sometimes you jeopardize yourself when you do that. I feel that there's a part of you where you get angry with yourself because sometimes you kind of lose it in a way because you give up. Don't give up, Jody, because through this new study you've got really good work coming and it's going to help you go to the top. Haley Price. My ex walked out 10 months ago on me and my kids, not his. Do you see something positive for me? Look, Haley, the first thing I'm saying is good riddance to bad rubbish. This guy, he wasn't ready to really look after you or your family. I feel he was just sort of a standby person is what I'm getting. He wasn't for the long term. And I feel that you will, and you know that. I feel there's something within you know because I feel you're always trying to appease him. I pick him up as being very immature. I don't feel it's got anything to do with your kids because when someone does love you, they'll take your kids too. So I do feel that it's a lesson on you should be a little bit more picky is what I'm getting. A family's a blessing, your children are blessings. So I feel that you need to get back out on the dating sites again, let the past go and don't go for brats or men that have got no maturity around them. I feel this relationship is totally finished, and I don't feel you'll be hearing from him again because he's not a very smart guy, and it's just that you feel that you're not going to find anyone, which isn't true, Haley, because I feel your parents could have told you that. I don't feel they liked him either. He's just very immature. He feels about himself, thinks about himself, and I feel he may have another women around him. So this is time for you to come into you, time to concentrate on your work. You do have a lot of support, Haley, from your. It's like they're saying, "I told you so." I feel it's a relief that he's gone because I feel he's all over the place. I feel he may have been to drinking too, is what I'm getting. So I do feel I've got an older man here in spirit, and he's telling me good riddance to bad rubbish is what he's saying. Also, I pick up he may have had a connection to the army or the armed forces or something is what I'm getting. But no, you will have someone coming in, but it's not him. I just see a lot of work, spending time with children, and dating a few guys. I feel that you will meet somebody else, and I know you're very lonely at the moment because you like to be with someone, but you're a real romantic. I do feel that you'll meet someone next year, but this guy's a little bit older, and he will love your kids and you and love everything about you. So this guy's a rotten apple, and he may try and come back to you again, Jody, but I wouldn't be taking him back because he's only going to do the same thing again. He's very immature, and also I feel he's got another woman around him. And I feel he may have had her for a while. I don't know if he went away or travelled with his work or whatever he did, but I feel there may have been someone there for quite a while. But your children are lovely. Alison. Is my divorce settlement going to be settled out of court? Look, Alison, I feel you'd like that to happen, but I feel that you'd be best. I feel it's best to go to court because I feel your ex is very difficult, and it doesn't really want to give you anything. So it might appear as amicable, but I'm being told that you're best to go to court to get what you deserve. Is what I'm getting, because I don't really trust this person because I feel he chops and changes all the time. Okay, Mia Ruddick. Will I get out of this horrible financial hardship? Look, I feel you will, Mia, but I'm being told with time, and also I feel you may be getting assistance from someone who's going to show you how to pay this off. And it's not a great amount, it's just small amounts, and you will pay this off over time, but it's like you're going to get a new plan. It's just that it feels very overwhelming for you, and you hate being in debt, but I feel this is just it's just a lesson. You will get on top of this, and I feel that you will be progressing. So don't worry about it. Also, I feel there's something new with your work coming. Something new with your work, and I can see you're working hard and paying off this debt, and it's just a lesson. It's just another one of those lessons, doll. That's all I can say. But yes, you will pay it off. I feel things will start to change, but I just feel it's someone who's going to come in and show you how to do it like slowly, like it's like a loan or something. Someone's helping you with this, so things will go good, and you'll think, oh, if I can do that, I can save for anything. It's just teaching you about how to play with money. Is what I'm getting. So there you go. Okay, I hope you listen to that. Be positive. Okay, we've got Tracy Nilly. I'm seeing this guy. Do I trust my gut instinct with this? Is he right for me? Look, I feel you need to trust your gut, because I feel you have a very you know that you're good because you always call things. You can see things in other people. The trouble is you're very emotional, and even the fact that you're questioning it is telling me that you're not sure. I get. Look, he's okay, but I feel you could do better. Is what I'm getting, because he doesn't tick all the boxes. He seems okay, but you're questioning it, and I have to honour you with that. Anything you question is generally right. So I don't feel you're seeing the full picture. Long term, I get a no with him. I think you're right, because I feel there some sort of money issues. Could be some sort of money issues around him. Yeah, I'm getting money issues around this guy. So is he for you? I don't think so, because there's something that it's that bloody butt in the gut thing. I know I had a friend who used to do that to me all the time, and I go, oh, what do you think of so-and-so? Sorry, Kerrie, I've got a butt in my gut. And I go, no, not again. I hate your butt in the gut. I used to get really angry with her all the time, and she was always right, because I'm hopeless when it comes to people, because I give everyone a chance and I don't see the bad things. But, she used to say, no, I've got a gut in my butt. And over time, bang, things would happen. Okay, Deborah Shelton. I met a guy. I'm hoping he calls me soon. Is there love here? Deborah, the first thing I feel for you, I feel that things are starting to change around you, because you're sort of I'm getting the Fool card. It's like you're stepping out in the unknown and you're starting to give things a go. So I just feel this is beginning for something really good for you, because I feel that you've been wanting to meet someone for a while, but you've been scared. So it's choices, isn't it? This person you're talking about, I feel that they're quite a gentle person, and I feel it starts off as a friendship, and I feel he's a very nice person, is what I'm getting. I pick up he's soft and he's quite nice and he's very gentle. I just feel there's a lot of fear around you for what you've been through, but this guy, I feel that there could be an opportunity there, so just take your time and take it slow. Don't go jumping in straight away, which is a tendency which you seem to do. Okay, Witty Price. Will I move away? Will it help me? I feel, Witty, I feel family is very important for you. I don't really see you moving away. I feel it's just that I feel you are in a rut, but I don't think it's got anything to do with, having to do something drastic like moving away. It's about just finding something that you love to do and enjoying your life, because I feel if you do move away, you'll take your problems with you, because I feel, Woody, you really need to sort of do a bit of work on yourself, about loving yourself and honouring yourself and what you deserve. And you really need to delve deep into yourself and ask yourself, what is it that you really need in your life? Not just relationships or this or that. You need to get more into your spiritual self, is what I'm getting. So it's not about moving away. It's going deep within yourself, Witty. And I feel when you do that, I feel that you will discover there's quite a lot of beautiful things inside you, because you're a very, very soft person. So it's about getting into spiritual things within yourself, meditating, sitting in groups, really connecting with spirit is what I'm getting. It's not about moving away and doing something drastic. That's not going to change. It's about you developing. It's about your spiritual development is what I'm getting. So yeah, in that way, it's about moving away from how you feel, what you do. It's about opening up that beautiful spirituality. Okay, Karen Byrne. Just have some water. Okay, Karen. Is the new medication we're using for our son have the right effect? Look, I feel there's been a lot of trial and error with your son. It's been very frustrating. And I feel that you will, I don't know whether he's got some sort of hyperactivity or something around him, but I feel that I feel you're on the right track is what I want to get. I feel that as he grows, I feel you may have to change the medication, but you know that you're with a doctor. I feel it's been touch and go, but I do feel over time, I feel things will improve with him. Also, they're telling me that you need to look at the diet his diet and not, his diet, like not giving him sugar and that sort of thing. I pick up he's quite active, this boy, and he's very caring though, but sometimes I feel it's just trial and error, but I feel over time, I feel things are going to be okay. With this specialist that you're seeing, I feel it's a specialist. I do feel you'll get there to where you need to go. It's just trial and error at the moment. I know it's very difficult, but these children, they're very special, very, very special that are coming in. Okay, Amy McGuinness. My partner passed 4 years ago. Is he watching over me? Any advice? With you, Amy, I do feel your partner had a great love for you. I feel you were soulmates, and I feel it's been very sad, the grief process. But I'm getting, within 5 years, you're going to be in a different place. I do feel there is a relationship coming for you or around you, which I feel is really going to improve probably within the next year. And I can see you getting very close in that. Your partner will always be close to you in a way, but I feel also you've been hanging on for a long time, and even though you miss this person, sometimes when you move on with your life, he'll be able to move on too in the spirit world. He comes in with a lot of love. I feel he was a very steady man, and he was very much into worrying about financials and that sort of thing. Very, very caring. He was sort of, I feel he may have been a money person, someone that cared about family, money person, and that. And I feel he's a beautiful soul. He does watch over you, but he wants you to move on too, and he sends his love to you, is what I'm getting. I do feel it was very sad, and it was sad for him to go, but he surrendered at the end and went quite quickly, is what I'm getting. Okay, Alan O'Byrne. I see spirit and they talk to me. They seem to want me to pass on messages. Should I train and work in this area? Look, Alan, I feel it'll be very good for you, because I feel it's something that you've been doing your whole life. I feel you are a natural medium, and if you look in the mirror and look at your aura, you'll see there's a lot of purple and gold. So I feel you're very good at it. But also, you never give messages to people unless they ask you. It's called boundaries. The last thing you can do is say, look, I've got your mother around you, because some people don't want messages, I have to say. So that's a very good question. I think it would be fantastic if you went to work in the area. Go and sit in a spiritual group. Probably a spiritual church would be really good, with a good medium, or if you know a group around you, but it's up to you who you want to work with. Not someone who's just going to go over and over the same things all the time and not teach you anything, because I feel there's a lot of growth around you, and this is something that you've been wanting to do for a long time. I feel you've had this gift since childhood, so I feel it's something that you definitely will look into, and something that you need to do. It's not your imagination. I feel you've had this gift since you were younger. And also, I feel you may have a father figure around you, a male in the spirit world who looks over you. And also, I feel you've got a grandmother too who comes in and talks to you, someone that really likes flowers, because sometimes you can smell the perfume or the flowers around you. So yes, Alan, I feel you definitely should investigate this and see where it takes you, because spirit will take you to where you need to go. You don't take them, they take you. So yes, so that's fantastic that you're going to walk down this path. It's not an easy path though. So just hang in there and learn as much as you can. When you get a good teacher, you'll move ahead in leaps and bounds. Okay, Marie Oz, I just accepted a job. Is it the right decision? I feel yes, Marie. I feel you really need to get a job, because I feel you've been unemployed for a while. And I feel that, I know you want to have your own business, but it's not the time. You actually need money. You need money. And this is going to give you a lot of stability, and it's actually going to make you feel good about yourself. It's not the right time for you to get your own business. So I feel that job will go really well. Where you're working in the last job, I felt it was very toxic, very, very toxic. So this job is actually really good for you. I feel that you'll move ahead in leaps and bounds. So congratulations. Embrace it and do it. I know you want to have your own job, but that's not going to happen. You need to go and work and make some money. You're very good at what you do, so just embrace the job. Okay, is this the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we've got Alison Turner. Any guidance on when my next rental will come up? Haven't we done that? Yeah, I think so. Daniela, Kerrie I'll miss my dad. Is he around me at the moment? The first thing I'm hearing for you, Danielle, I feel that I hear a lot of laughter around you. So you and your father had sort of a very good relationship. He was a lovely man, and I feel he cared very much. I feel you're very similar to him. He's just telling me that you need to look after mum, and also I feel that you've had a lot of things going on. He wants you to kind of get your life together because there may be some decisions you have to make, is what I'm getting. He comes up when you seem to be going through a bit of turmoil, and he was like your best friend. And you do have that, you know, when he's around too, and you know that he loves you. He's in a good place, is what I'm getting. I feel that he was someone that you've always looked after. Up to relationships are very important for you too, Danielle. It's very important to find someone like your father, someone that understands you, someone that really loves you, and he just wants to see you happy, and he sends lots of love. Okay, I'm hearing something about a dog too. Something about, I don't know if there's a dog in the spirit world with him. He's talking about a dog. And also, have you been thinking of getting a puppy, or someone around you's getting a puppy is what I'm hearing. Amanda Arfica. Will I start work after July? Amanda, I definitely get there's a lot of work coming up for you. I feel that you're sort of twiddling your thumbs at the moment, but I feel work is going to be very good for you because it's like you're hopping back into the driver's seat again. It's something you love to do. So I think it's been a real struggle for you in the past, but I definitely feel this new work is going to be really good for you. I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably about 6 weeks is what I'm getting. Six weeks. After 6 weeks, I feel things will start to really change for you because it's something that you've been waiting for a while. It's going to be good for you. Okay, something comes up in 6 weeks. Okay, Pina, my doorbell keeps ringing when I go. There's nobody there. Why is this happening? I feel you've got a spirit there. I feel it may have been, I don't feel it's anything in your house. I feel it could have been a neighbour or someone that night. I get it's a male spirit, Pina. And what you need to do, you really need to give your house a sage out, like I said before. You just get the sage, you put it in a big pot with alfoil, you burn it, you put the lid on, you smoke it. You need to really smoke the whole house out, starting from the front door and just going through every room and keeping the windows down. And then once you've done that, it'll go, and I feel the spirit will go. If it keeps persisting, you need to call me or a medium who does the rescue work. But I'm pretty sure it's just a wandering spirit. I don't feel it's been there for a long time. Okay, Kim Marie. Will our finances get better? We're struggling. Oh, I really feel that. I really feel you are struggling, Marie. Kim. And I do feel that things are changing. I'm here in the month of October. I feel there will be a turnaround in the month of October is what I'm getting. So don't worry about that. Things will improve. They're not going to stay. I just feel there is money coming, and I feel around October, I feel things will change. I feel there's some sort of work or extra money coming. Renee Patia, can you see me staying with the company I work for? Will they give me a pay rise? Look, I feel everything's on hold at the moment. It's because of the COVID. I don't feel anything's going to change with money until next year. Should you stay, I get yes. You need to stay where you are for now. Now's not the time to go because I feel people aren't back at work yet, Renee. I know it's very frustrating for you. I know you've got no patience, but I can't see you doing anything till next year. I feel you need to stay there. They're not going to give you a pay rise because I feel that they're just trying to survive with a lot of companies these days. So I know they will look after you in the end, but I feel you need to stay. Don't do anything drastic is what I'm getting. And I just feel everyone's in the same boat as you. It's not just you. So just stay for now and just ride the wave out to the next of the year because things are going to change in the second part of the year for you, like for everyone. Okay. And we've got one more. Okay, I'll just have some water. Okay, Lisa Hosking. Been going through a lot lately. Will I be okay? Lisa, I feel the first thing I'm getting is when I tune into you, they're telling me you're like the Titanic. Even though you've had so many knocks and so many horrible things happen to you, you're like the Titanic and nothing's going to sink you. Will you be okay? Yes. I do feel that you need to pray and ask for divine intervention to help you get through this difficult time. You will land on your feet. Also, I've got a lady in the spirit world who's telling me that you're very resilient. And this is on your mother's side, is what I'm getting. And she said, nothing gets you down. You're feeling very isolated and alone, but I feel there's a big shift for you in about 3 months' time. Tanya Bondi. My partner and I are separated 1 year ago. Will we get back together? I miss him. I get no, Tanya. I don't feel he's good for you. I feel that he left you he sort of left very fast and he didn't have any regrets. So the last thing I would do is taking him back. I know you miss him, but I'm being told that you need to cut the ties, move on, because I feel there's someone else coming around for you, but it's not him. I feel he's moved on. I know you miss him, but he's just a very difficult person. He wants things his way. He's a pain in the bum, is what I'm getting. So you need to cut him off. You need to cut the ties. That's actually on my website because I don't feel he's very good for you. I know it's really hard, and it's just that you go over and over this all the time. And I think it'd be really good if you sort of got on a dating site and start to meet other people, because this partner, he's no good for you. It's like he didn't even, it's like the cat and the dog, you two. So you need to really let this go. Let him go, because he's not worth it. And it's driving you crazy because you just keep thinking, he'll come back to you. I feel you'd be better off without him. I don't think he's a very bright person, and he is emotionally not in what's the word? Emotionally inept, because he's not on the same wavelength as you. So you don't want someone like that. He's not a baby. You want someone to be on your wavelength, someone to love you, and someone to have a good time with, is what I'm getting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and isn't that true?
It is true.
Yeah.
You need to, it has to be people putting an effort.
That's right. You have to put an effort in. Sometimes when you close one chapter, the next will come. But, I do cutting the ties with people, with toxic people and toxic relationships. What do you do?
When it comes to that, I really believe it's about self-containment. You've got to walk away from toxic situations. You have to value yourself.
True, but have you got any witchy poo, greeny poo?
If you really want to break ties, absolutely.
What do you do? Come in and tell them. I cut the ties. It's on my website. People talk to the green witch. Because people ask me this all the time. I just do cutting the ties.
Well,
and
it's
that
like
works for
cutting
me.
the ties the same way. So
you've got a witchy poo spell for that, haven't you?
Yes, we do. So here you go. Nice simple one. One black, one white candle. Okay? Well, you're going to put your name on the white candle and the name of whoever you want to cut the tie with on the black candle. Okay? You are going to say to yourself, or write it out, is it nice and easy? You write out, I cut the ties and all connections to whoever the person is. This connection is cut and no longer is part of my life. Nice and simple. You don't have to get rhyming couplets. Just nice direct language that's very clear on intent. So I cut the ties to this person. I cut all the energy with this person. This person will never darken my door again. Nice and simple. And then you have that there. You can write it out so you can say it right. You repeat that 3 times nice and clearly. You light your black candle and you light your white candle and you let that energy burn out. Now, if you're very ritualistic, what we like to do in my world is we like to take a cord, so a piece of natural string, and we'll actually loosely tie the candles together. We'll put 3 bindings around them because the law and everything is 3. And then once we've lit the candles, we'll snip those ties. And then when it's all burnt down, you gather the remains, including the cord, and you bundle them all up and you go dig a nice little hole and you put it back into the earth and you say goodbye and you never look there again.
I think it's good to listen to this because some people, like I would just cut the ties energetically. It's on my website. It's just a visualization technique. But some people like to do a bit of a ritual, don't they?
The hands-on experience really helps people sometimes take it from here and bring it into here. But these are old ways. So this is something like my Nana would get, Aunt Betty's name down on the black candle because she'd had enough of her. And on she'd go and her name on one and she'd bind them round 3 times and she'd say, a little off you go. You'll never darken my door again. We're finished. This energy's cut. And then she'd light that one Yeah, she's a good Irish lady.
Yeah.
And then she'd light the other one and she'd snip those ties. And when they were all burned, she'd say, come with me down to the garden. Her name was Violet. And she'd dig a little hole and she'd say, and this is where you let it all go.
Sounds like a burial. I could actually see you channeling her energy.
Yeah.
Before we leave tonight, I'd just like to give a message to Amelia. I was just noticing that she was talking about a sun, that she saw this blue light around her sun and she sent it in photos. I just pick up, it's nothing to worry about, Amelia. I feel that your son is quite a spiritual person. I feel he has a lot of spirits visiting him. So it's nothing bad, nothing to worry about. I don't sense any negative energy in your house either. So just to let you know, often when you do take photos, you will see lights like you saw with me tonight. They're just spirits around me just visiting. They're nothing ominous.
No.
It's only when you see the dark orbs or dark orbs, you need to give it a bit of a smoke out.
And a couple of people have mentioned them tonight, that they have seen that sort of
yeah, that's when you really need to smoke your place out.
apparition.
When you have like a dark orbs, or things are going a bit crazy.
Yeah.
But in photos, when you see people, it's visitors or grandparents or ancestors.
Beautiful, proud
it's beautiful spirits. So it's nothing bad, Amelia, to worry about your son. Your son's fine. He's just a very spiritual, beautiful person.
Yeah, and thank you everyone for joining in. I've posted on there the new YouTube channel for you all to jump on, like and subscribe. We have a book giveaway for everyone who jumps on and subscribes. It'll be taken from the subscription list on our YouTube channel, which is Psychic Kerrie Erwin. So if you all want to jump on there and like and subscribe, so we can really expand that platform for everyone, that'd be great. And for everyone who asks about getting the bookings, I have put all this information into the feed. Please jump onto the website www.kerrieerwin.com.au and you'll find all that information, plus the free resources and tools in the meditation section. Okay, guys?
And one more message I'd like to give Maria. Yes, your mum will get better, so just have patience. Just going to be slow. So, love and blessings, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We'll have something new. I'm going down to Melbourne next week. And where are you going? Queensland?
I'm having 2 days with my sister in Queensland.
Nice. Sounds good. Well,
So
I'm actually heading down to Melbourne next week.
Yeah.
And so everyone have a beautiful school holidays.
And we'll see you the following Wednesday with some exciting information. Might get into some of that ascended master stuff.
Yeah,
Kerrie,
the
what
master
do you think?
stuff would be good. I'd like to talk about that.
We might have a little
so
look
we
at
might
that.
do that. So we've talked about the angels, we've talked about the spirits, we've talked about the guides. So let's talk about the ascended masters.
Yeah.
And who they are. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Okay,
Let's jump in.
Love and blessings. I'll just turn you off now. Have a beautiful week. Here we go. I'm not very techo, so we'll get you to do that. So here we go. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
See you later.